if you look at this guitar here on the left side, that's the largest guitar in the whole Hard Rock Cafe chain, 40 feet tall. Now, the blue becomes more prominent as it gets darker. Now, this used to be the second largest when they had the Hard Rock Cafe and Hotel in Vegas, but after that closed, we became the largest. They ended up buying the Mirage, an early Steve Wynn property. That was the one with the volcano in front of it. They got rid of the volcano and they're building the largest guitar in the world as a hotel building. We're expecting to take about another 2 years. If that was Philly, it would mean at least 7. Okay, everybody, look across the street. Look at that really tall building. That is the PSFS building, Philadelphia Saving Fund Society, our only example of European modernism in the city. It's from 1932. 36 stories tall. It was also the first place in the entire country to have air conditioning in a public place. So imagine how excited they must have been. And if you look across the street, everybody, look at that beautiful department store. That was our first department store and our finest one across the street, John Wanamaker Department Store. Dedicated by President Taft in 1911. It had a 1.5-ton bronze eagle inside. A lot of Philadelphians would say, meet me at the Eagle is a place to meet. And look at our amazing City Hall. We're very proud of it. It was built to be the largest municipal building in the world, ends up being the 3rd largest. Superseded by the Washington Monument and the Eiffel Tower, built between the years 1871, finished 1901. That is in the French Second Empire style. It is 547.5 feet tall. It's made up of over 88,000 bricks. The figure there at the top, that is William Penn. William Penn overlooking Penn Treaty Park, where he signed the treaty with the Native Americans. Penn is 37.5 feet tall. And if you look at the clock tower, it's on 4 sides of the building, 3 feet wider than Big Ben. It gets a yellowish blue window. There on the corner on the right, everybody, that's Ben Franklin at the printing press. This large sculpture here on the right is called Government of the People. Date on it 1976, shows the struggling for democratic ideas. And look across the street, everybody, the famous love statue there on the right. Created by Robert Indiana in the year 1976. Now notice the O is on its side, suggesting the idea that love isn't perfect and needs to be shaped and formed to reach its highest, most ideal form. Well, who can disagree with that? And it became, for some reason, the 3rd most popular tourist destination in all of Philadelphia. I have to admit, I have no idea why. I think a lot of people look at it and are very underwhelmed. They're like, that's it? That's it. Would anybody like to get off here at Love Park? Anybody for Love Park? Raise your hand, please. We have no love coming down today. Okay, when they made a stamp of the love statue, it became the most popular stamp that the post office ever made. It's an example of what's called pop art. And if you look across the street, everybody, Pennsylvania Railroad Suburban Station from 1930, second best example of Art Deco architecture in the entire city. A lot of the movers and shakers in Philadelphia live out in the suburbs, come into Philadelphia by means of the train, and then kind of run things from the upper floors of the buildings here. Okay, so there we have the Pennsylvania Railroad, where some of you got on, was where the Reading trains used to come. All right, question. Where do we see the Reading Railroad and the Pennsylvania Railroad together today? Anybody? Right, excellent. Monopoly. Designed in Philadelphia, even though it refers to Atlantic City, New Jersey. About 60 miles to the east. One way to get there is by means of the train. Now we call it the Jersey Shore, so it becomes the Shoreline train. And in the game, the Short Line train. No direct connection with the B&O Railroad. That would be in Baltimore, Maryland, about Baltimore and Ohio Railroad down in Baltimore, Maryland, about 100 miles to the south.
You want some more water?
And everybody, look at this church with the real pointy steeple there on the right. That was a Methodist church, 1862. The pastor of that church said the eulogy at President Lincoln's funeral.
I know where it's at. You see all
Here
those
on the
flags?
left, everyone, first Holocaust memorial in the country, date on it 1964, right near the Israeli flag. Now we're on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. We just call it the Parkway. It's our most elaborate street in all of Philadelphia. If anyone's been to Paris, it should
You know
seem
what country
familiar
is
to you.
that?
It's designed
This
after
flag.
the Champs-Élysées in Paris. They sent a lot of urban planners from France to help design it for us. The whole thing finished by they came here in the mid-20s. Whole thing finished by the end of the 20s. Actually shocked how quickly they built it. 109 of the flags all represent countries that have a social or business relationship with the city of Philadelphia. And everybody, look at this church over here on the right. This is the Cathedral Basilica of St. Peter and Paul. Built between the years 1846, finished 1864. It is the largest Roman Catholic church in all of Pennsylvania. Now look at the dome up there. The dome's unusually high. The reason why it's so high, it's 40 feet, the same size as the guitar we looked at and the same size as the China Gate. Now, the reason why it's so high, it was built during a sad reason. It was built during a time of a strong anti-Catholic movement in Philadelphia. So they wanted to make sure nobody could throw rocks at it and destroy it. Now, fortunately, nothing like that ever happened, but if you look carefully at the windows on the church, they're all retrofitted. None of them were in existence at the time when they built the church. Now, if you look at that building, the real shiny building on the sharp right, notice the reflection from the basilica there. And it changes like what part of the building it's on throughout the day as the sun reflects on it. So that's kind of interesting. And if you look at that circular structure there on the right as well, that is the Copernicus Memorial. Celebrates the 500th anniversary of the astronomer Copernicus's birth. Here on the right, everybody, the Amor statue. Amor means love in both Latin language of the church as well as in Spanish. Created in the year 2016 to celebrate a papal visit there to the Basilica. And look at our magnificent swan fountain, named after somebody by the name of Swan. It never had any swans in it. Instead, it has three Native American figures. A man, a woman, and a little girl representing the three main waterways of Philadelphia. The Delaware River, the Schuylkill River, and the little girl, the Wissahickon Creek. Celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. And right at the center of the fountain, that was used for public hangings. About 100 years before it was a fountain. Last person hanged there, 1810. And look over here on the right, everybody. First free library in the entire country, founded by Ben Franklin. And designed by the first African-American graduate of the University of Pennsylvania School of Architecture. It's designed after the Twin Palaces in Paris. Our next stop, the Barnes Foundation, and then the Rodin Museum.